50. Can you say? Some people say in their 50s that they're middle aged, right? So what the fuck? I mean, how long do people expect to live? To be 100? No. Most people live to between 60 and 80. So if you're 50, that means you're pretty much at the twilight of your life. You're definitely on the downhill slope. And how do I feel about that? I wish I was not, but I'm not too tore up about it either. Um, my health is still good, as I say. Take a drag here. Smoking for 35 years. I'm not going to be running a marathon anytime soon, put it that way. But I can, go for long walks. Um, doesn't seem to impede me that much. Um, have I slowed my roll as far as partying goes, drinking, drugs, all that stuff? Yeah, a little bit. Not entirely. I don't drink nearly as much as I did 10 years ago, though, which is a good thing. Took a long time to get away from that, so I don't drink that much, but I still do. I don't shy away from it. If I want it, I take it. Drugs, same thing. Don't do them as much as I used to do, but if I feel like it, I do. So the answer is I slowed my roll a little bit, but not like X'd it out. A lot of the drugs just got kind of like boring because it's like you kind of experience as much as you're going to with those drugs, and it's like to continue indulging in them excessively is kind of like why, you know. But you know, drugs I still do mainly are hallucinogens. DMT is my favorite. I still do that quite a bit if I have it. Um, Acid occasionally, but other than that, not really so much. Let's see what else. What have I learned since I've in my years now that I'm 50? Right? What could I have told my younger self? A lot of comments I've said I've read before. Um, all I can what I would have told my younger self, or what I can tell people who are younger than me now, what I wish I would have known when I was 25. Um, Certain things that you value, certain things that you hold in high esteem, certain people that you hold in high esteem. 25 years later, you may not. That goes for yeah, for a lot of things. But people grow, your opinions change, your experiences mold you, and the older you get, the more experiences you have. So therefore, yes, that will influence your opinion and that'll influence your overall philosophy on life and how how you view the world. Um, Even like 10 years ago, my philosophy, and I think anybody's who's on the left-hand path, so to speak, would, or even those who are just really open-minded and not chained down and not just buy into what the herd accepts and has been told for thousands of years. Um, your philosophy should grow. It should change. Once you settle, then you're done. Now, I mean, unless you're just the smartest fucking monkey out there, you're always going to question why, where, why and wherefore things. So, um, I come to the conclusion that, well, as far as like God goes, it's beyond our comprehension. If there is a God, I think quantum AI, said something like, didn't talk about God, but it did mention that the universe is far too complex and too specific um, to be completely random. Basically, meaning that if just the smallest percentage fraction of, you know, a percent, 0.00009% was off a little bit or out of line, the entire universe wouldn't exist. So AI seems to think that it was, what do you say? It said it was intentional. Not, I don't know how it came to that conclusion, but I do, but I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. But basically, I gave up on the idea of where we're going, why are we here, um, you know, all this and that, because we're never going to know, and it doesn't matter anyway. It really doesn't. So live your life, have a good time, do what makes you happy, so long as it doesn't hurt other people. They don't deserve to be hurt anyway, which is most people don't deserve to be hurt. Um, yeah, some of the things that you know, I regret more the things that I didn't do than the things that I've done. Sure, I regret some things that I've done. Sure, I regret some people that I may have hurt. stuff like that. But I more so regret the things that I didn't do. I'm starting to sweat like a banshee. Hold on. So I regret not taking the chance. I regret not, you know, doing this when I wanted to, or people told me you couldn't do it, or I shouldn't do it, or in my mind I thought to myself I can never do this, or this is unrealistic. You're gonna fail. You know, just being chicken shit about something, whether pursuing certain things like career wise, or whether it's asking that chick out that you think is way too fucking hot. How many of you have like backed out of that? A lot of us, you know. And then you find out 20 years later, at your high school reunion or whatever, right? That chick had a crush on you, and you're just like face palming yourself until you have two black eyes. Uh, but what I'm saying, another thing I've learned though on a more positive thing is people. You know, people are important. It's, whether it's a partner, a lover, or a friend. It's good friends, good lovers, whatever, and partners, whatever, are hard to find. Don't take them for granted because they can be gone. They may be gone. Their life may end. They may move on. That fight you had, that you hold a grudge against, that separated you, maybe better just to let it go, to preserve that friendship, because good friends are hard to find, and so are lovers. So if you have one or both, hopefully both, whatever, you know, don't be so judgmental. Don't be so harsh. Let things go. Be respectful, and just make sure, because that's an important part of life, that once that's gone, or if that leaves you, you'll regret it. Down the road. Um, I mean, I could say some cliche things about how time goes so fast, but I'm not going to. But I will say this regarding that: um, time does accelerate the older you get. And I think that a lot of that has to do with, like, say when you're 16, right? You can't wait to be 18, right? So that you can, you're an adult, right? That takes a long time, right? Before that, when you're 14, 16 was forever, because that's you want to get a car. 18, you want to be an adult. 21 because you want to drink. You have all these things to look forward to, but as the years grow and grow, after about 25, you don't have a lot to look forward to as far as age goes, number wise. So it's like, I don't know, time just goes by slower. Well, it doesn't, but your perception of it does. And I think the more years you accumulate, I don't know why, but it just goes faster and faster. Time seems to accelerate twice as fast as it did. Like, I feel like I was just 40 yesterday. And it's like, I look at even the 30 hits of acid video. I was 33 when I made that. Now I'm 50. Now that does feel quite a while ago, but at the same time, it's just like, wow. Ugh, hot. Um, ugh. I don't know. It's I mean, you never know where your life's gonna go. You don't know who you're gonna meet, what you're gonna end up doing, for better or for worse. I don't really regret. I don't have a lot of deep regrets, but yeah, my regrets tend to be around things I didn't do, not things that I've done. Wish I would have like done this or that, or taken a chance when I didn't. But overall, I mean, I'd say I'm pretty happy. I mean, I'm content. Like, I'm not. Well, we could always do better, right? We could always be happier, right? But I don't regret. I'm not depressed. I don't suffer from any emotional distress or mental. I'm not afflicted by any mental illnesses that I'm aware of, not acute ones anyway. Uh, my health is relatively good. Not the best, but not the worst, and especially a lot better than I thought it would be, given my lifestyle. Watch, I'm gonna die tomorrow. I'm joking. But I'm not gonna. I wouldn't discourage anybody from doing drugs, or discourage anybody from living a lifestyle that may be hazardous to your health. If that's what you want to do and it makes you happy, do it. You know, do it, because it's better to live a full, rich life, right? Even if it shaves off some years, than live a long, dull, boring one, right? I'd rather die at 55, having done what I wanted to do, than die at 85, living my life in restraints and with reserve, because I was too afraid to do this, or because of whatever. So yeah, it's better to live your life a full and rich one, even if, it's better to be a flame that burns bright and hard and dies out fast, than a dull little spark that goes on for a long time. In my opinion, watch, I'll regret saying that. No, I'm not. I'm not going to regret saying that. You know, I mean, I thank you for the people that, you know, enriched my life and made my life better, that brought me happiness, joy. You know, it's quite a few. You know, and it's weird watching your friends grow old too. You know, 'cause I bump into some people that I are, you know, some people that I've known and haven't talked to for a while, and I look at them and they're fucking old too, man. You know, I'm just like, wow, you got old, and they're like, you did too. And it's like, you don't see yourself that way because in your mind you have like, uh, I guess like a self image that of yourself that may not exactly be accurate, right? Like an image of yourself at when you were feeling your best at your ideal, and it's probably if you're 50, it's probably not 50. It's probably like younger, like you know. So you don't see yourself as being 50, right? You know. Oh, here's another thing that's weird though is you know when I was younger, I thought, man, I you know what's gonna happen when you're 50? Like you know you're just old now. I mean you gotta like you know date older chicks and stuff like that. It's like one thing I found out about that is and I don't know what it is. I don't know if this like younger generation, all these women have like the father fixations or whatever. But it's like I thought as I got older, like younger women would not like you know would look at me as being old and like not even you know considered like or not even be attracted to me whatever right. And I mean that does exist right. There's that element, but not to the degree that I thought. It's like it it's just I get older and the lookers seem to get younger. It's weird. I don't know. I mean I don't know what it is, but um yeah man you know, do what you want to do, man. Do what you want to do. I mean, I could say the cliche shit like life is short, but you know it is, and you'll know the older you get that will be you know that will be even more or evident. Um, that's it, man. I'm for the most part happy, and you know, thanks for watching. I don't make a lot of videos anymore, just because I've been really busy doing shit. Um, but I'm gonna try to make some more. But yeah, oh man, got a couple things going on. Uh, have a lawsuit levied against the city here very soon, 6 figures. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, for violating civil rights, stuff like that. For that unlawful impound of the RV, because it goes a lot deeper than that. Anyway, yeah, you know, I'm still in Southern California for the time being, looking to get out of here, but I'm waiting because I've got to deal with this legality stuff here, so I need to stay in the area. Which you know, it's summertime. It's nice here in San Diego, 70 degrees, 75 degrees outside. Can't complain. 60 degrees at night. So you know, on the beach, that's cool. But yeah, now I'm just rambling. Oh, see, I'm like old, like Sleepy Joe. I'm just like getting up here and talking. I don't even just go into stories and I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. All right, there we go.